Tonight, doctors are concerned with new CDC guidelines surrounding COVID-19 testing. It suggests some people who may have been exposed don't need to be tested if they don't show any symptoms. It comes about a month after that same agency said 40% of cases were likely asymptomatic. But as Stephanie LaChance learned today, in the past hour actually, the CDC might be reversing course. Stephanie.
That's right, Kim. Earlier this week, the CDC released new guidelines of who needs a test on their website, saying that asymptomatic people don't need to get tested. But just today, we learned that the CDC director released a statement saying anyone who needs to get tested can get a test. So who should get a COVID-19 test and who should hold off? Today, I spoke to a microbiologist for his expert opinion.
The richest nation on earth, it would be nice to get a measly test for a bug.
Dr. Dean Hart is a microbiologist and a former Columbia University professor, and he thinks there should be no question about who should and shouldn't get a test.
We've had a half a year now to try to get tests out.
On Monday, the CDC changed their guidelines to say that if you are asymptomatic but have been exposed to COVID-19, you may not need a test. And that's a big chunk of these positive numbers. According to the CDC, in July, 40% of COVID-19 cases did not show symptoms.
I believe if you're asymptomatic, you could still be fighting the virus.
Dr. Carlos Baliero, medical director for critical care at CHI Memorial, says it's important to take your own situation into context and think about whether or not you could potentially be around people.
You either have lung disease yourself or you have kids who are back in school, and you're trying to not have that exposure.
But right now, Dr. Dean Hart says these CDC guidelines are still just suggestions.
But just because you're not symptomatic and you were in a classroom with 12 kids that got coronavirus when they go back to school in a few days, it doesn't make sense to me that you shouldn't be tested even if you're asymptomatic.
The Hamilton County Health Department has been testing people for free with or without symptoms for months now. We have a list of those testing sites at our website, newschannel9.com. Back to you.
Stephanie, thank you. And one doctor we spoke with today says that if you are planning on being around people, you need to wear a mask, wash your hands, and social distance. The Hamilton County Health Department still recommends anyone exposed to be tested.